I cannot believe that we waited this long to do a video on the Fire Robo after his newest buff, Fire Robo C69420. I don't remember his proper name, guys. Listen, I don't remember his proper name. He was recently buffed in the newest balance patch. He's always been a good counter to Violent Runes, in theory, but then in practice, he didn't activate. Like, he didn't really do enough on the turn that he stole. Watch over here. You see the additional turn from the Oliver. Fire Robo gets 50% extra attack gauge whenever a monster gets an additional turn. So he's a fantastic counter to Oliver. He AoE strips, absorbs attack bar, and then also when he gets an additional turn, he gets an extra activation rate, right? So his skills have 50% more activation. So I believe after that, I'm just trying to think of it off the top of my head, but I believe that's a 100% chance to stun. I mean, you could still get resisted, and a 100% chance to strip and absorb attack bar. With skill 2. So he strips beneficial effect, and if the enemies have no beneficial effects, he absorbs the attack bar. I absolutely love the Dark one. As we can see from the Fire one right here, he is a fantastic unit too after the buff. I really can't wait to see some more of him now. Next battle, left-hand side, you know everything's going to violent proc. I mean, aside from the Ashir, which I guess is not going to violent proc. On the right-hand side, we see the Fire Robo, also with element advantage over everything. So let's see. He doesn't get the stun on Vertiheal. That would have been nice. Does he get an additional turn? He does not get an additional turn, but he does get some stuns here. He does get some stuns with, so that doesn't stun by default, that Fire Robo. It stuns with the first skill by default. But with the second skill, he is actually on Despair. So we can see this Fire Robo is built on Despair, which honestly makes the most sense for the Fire Robo. Despair with a lot of additional damage, artifacts, and also accuracy and artifacts is how I would do it. This guy first picks Gianna immediately. Fire Robo already counters that. She gives herself additional turns regardless of violence. That's, of course, why they had to ban her. Because even though Fire Robo's a counter to her, they're like, no, I can't let that Gianna through. No will runes, counter to Gianna. Doesn't matter. They just ban her anyway. So, here's the thing, though. With this comp, okay, so one comp, obviously, the Fire Robo comp is actually, there's a lot of turn cycling and turn denial on that comp. You got the Vertiheal for turn cycling. You have the turn denial and turn cycling from the Fire Robo because he absorbs a lot of attack gauge, right? Strip and absorb attack gauge. You have the turn denial from the Roid. And then you have the turn cycling from Alucia's skill 2, increases the attack gauge of one of her allies. And then also turn denial, she's got the, and then the Fire Robo is going to be on Despair. And the Alucia has the stun, has the, not the stun, she doesn't have a stun. She has a freeze, and she has a sleep. So there's a lot of turn cycling, there's a lot of turn denial on that team on the right-hand side. On the team on the left-hand side, the team closest to us, it's just all supports. Who is sitting here? I'm nitpicking. I have to rage in every video, guys. I have to rage in every video. Who is sitting here like, I'm going to pick 3 supports. I'm going to pick 3 supports and bruiser, damage dealer, that like the Kinky is okay, right? He does some damage. You of course have the Gianna, but it's just like, who is sitting here like, I want my RTA matches in Special League to be 3 or 4 hours long per match. I'm really hoping, I got nothing else to do with my day. I would like to do 1 RTA match. I want it to take the entire day. That's how I feel like. I'm not trying to nitpick. I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't enjoy, I feel like I wouldn't enjoy it. I mean, like, I'm sure he's using it because it wins, it's effective, right? And he's like, I'm just gonna, you know, support, and play the long game. But man, I couldn't do that. I can't run comps like that myself because I'm like, this is going to take forever. This is going to take forever. And then a lot of times when I do that, I'm like, I didn't bring enough damage. And then I lose as well. But I'm like, great, I lost. And also it took 3.5 years for the 1 match. So, yeah, Vertiheal doesn't really do anything against Kinky. But Roy does decent against Kinky. And stuns do decent against Kinky. Dark Robo does great against Kinky too. That's skill 3. If Kinky's the last one, skill 3, all the dots on the Dark Robo is fantastic. I mean, all the dots on the Kinky, fantastic. I don't think we even mentioned the Fire Robo at all in any regards in that last match. I was too busy talking about the Weapon Master. Fire Robo was there. He was in the match. We were looking at him. We were talking about the Weapon Master who got banned. So Fire Robo here. I don't know how. Yeah, they have 2 AoE strips, and then as soon as Oliver gets there, this looks like already game to me, but then again, we've seen matches that have been basically already game that turn out to not turned out to not be game, and this is crazy comeback. But I always feel like if there's 2 strips, and then you have Oliver gets like 1 turn, it feels like the match is over. It feels like everything is just over at that point. So they get the stun there. There's nothing they're gonna do. There's nothing they can do. Tailwind, more turn cycling, turn denial, turn cycling, turn denial. That was. I feel like that was over like 10 seconds into the match. This next match, player on the left-hand side is picking monsters. Player on the right-hand side also picking monsters. It's crazy. It's gonna be a bloodbath. Both players picking all the. Actually, one of the player on the left-hand side, they had the fairly similar teams. Picking monsters, Baker, really. They had fairly similar teams. They had supports and bruisers on both sides. The support got banned out on the left-hand player's side. So Fran comes in. She does her little immunity thing. This is going to not land any of the strips. This is actually brings up a good point. We were mentioning this is how he used to work before, right? We were just like, oh, this didn't land the strips or anything. He was not supercharged. He didn't have his like supercharged robo mode, where he gets extra activation rate. So if he cuts in and the enemy gets an additional turn, he gets his attack gauge boost. Then he is in like supercharged robo mode where he has extra activation rate. He didn't have it there, and that's why you saw he didn't even land any of those strips, attack gauge absorbs, or anything. He was basically like just sit there like, I'm not supercharged. I'm not super robo boy anymore. It's a good thing they picked monsters on both sides. Oliver gets picked out right at the beginning of the match. You know Fire Robo's coming out, Gianna's coming out, Leo's coming out. Gianna and Leo both going back in the hole. What hole? Don't comments. I don't want to see them. Okay, so Fire Robo, great counter, as we've mentioned 5,000 times already in the video, to Oliver. So let's see what kind of crazy Fire Robo nonsense. He wasn't charged up, was he? Nothing got additional turns. Increased tech bar there because additional turn. So, but he doesn't have his skill 1, so he got extra turn there. But he really didn't have any because he used his AOE. So he's got his. I believe he's got his AOE now though. So let's see how many additional turns happen. Additional turn from the Clara. So now he's got the Blade Crush. He gets 2 stuns and a cleanse. They gotta do a lot of damage now to come back from this. You know he's gonna get an extra turn. Okay, and he's gonna come back. So he's got just skill 1 though. He's got to make a lot of stuff happen with this Fire Robo. Blade Crush now. He gets the stuns that he needed. He gets a stun on Oliver. He needs to get very, very lucky 7s. Survives. He gets the stun again. Oh, he's surviving. He's increasing his attack gauge. Blade Crush. I was gonna say he needs to stun that Antares. He really needs to stun. Defense break. Antares doesn't cut in. Gets stunned. Oh my God! This is such a clutch match. This is a seat gripping, crotch gripping match. I don't know how you guys watch RTA. Never mind. Here we have another one where the Fire Robo and Oliver are both on the same team. Bans out the Diana. But the Fire Robo is a great counter to Diana. I feel like you don't have to worry about the Diana when you have the Fire Robo on your team. But he banned it out anyway because F Diana. And what I mean by F Diana is fun. She's fun Diana. So if anyone wants to yell at me for saying naughty things on the internet, I meant fun. I meant Diana is so fun. Guys like, we don't believe anything you're saying. Well, that's because I'm lying. That's why. You shouldn't. Okay, so let's see how many times Fire Robo. He does. Now he's supercharged. Energy Bolt, so he's going to stun. I mean, he's got a good chance to stun. I mean, he could still get resisted, but it's not going to happen, right? Let's be real. I mean, it is RTA, so anything could happen. I don't know why I'm saying it's not going to happen. Does he get... Yeah, there's the... Fire Robot didn't really get to do too much of anything because the enemy got very little turns in the first place. Anyway, that's it. So, I mean, he had a fast, aggressive comp, so the enemy didn't get too much of a chance to violent proc. Anyway, that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you as always in the next one.